We are working on Java GUI, that is in GUI design. For that, we are using JFrame, FRAME. So that is comes under Swing packages. So up to now, we have done all the basic things, right from creating empty frames, then adding panel, different panel we can add. We can add a different buttons. Okay, we can able to add and edit text here. That is text field we can add. We can add the buttons. We can add the headers. We're not only adding a UI, but also we are doing some functionality. We are doing some calculations and printing that things also. So, but now up to whatever we have done, we are working on a single frame only. SINGLE, single frame, right? So now I have to work, but sometime we need to work on a different multiple frames. Means suppose that it is our home screen, and in home screen, let's consider that we have multiple options, and that particular all individual option may have some different frames. Like it consider that this is a frame one, okay, this is frame one and frame two. Suppose this is a frame two, and like that there are many individual frames are there. Just consider. Now we have to learn something very interesting part. What we have to do? First of all, we have to run our home frames, and that home frame have multiple options like a different buttons. And after clicking on that particular button, suppose if I click on this, so let me consider it is F1. So the F1 will frame will be get opens, and once I click on F2, so that this frame will be get opens. So basically now we have to open the multiple frames on the button clicks. This is our task, or this is all that we need to understand. Okay, how to open a different frames from the first frames. Got it? Okay. The same thing, the same functionality we have to work for this frame also, but only we need to open that particular frames on the first previous frames. Like that, you can see here. If I there is multiple option, if I do the new frame will be get opened. In a similar manner, we have to create one home frames, maybe to add some basic buttons. And after clicking on that particular buttons, I need to open a different frame. Okay. So let's implement it. So we already have a different frames, multiple frames. So you have to focus mainly on that particular functionality where the from one frame how it is opening another frame. So I'm not wasting much of times. We have already empty frames, even that button click event as well. So the up to that code we can just copy it so that our time will be get saved. So imagine, so I'll take some button click event here. You know already that this is a button click, how to create in frames, how to extend a frame, implement action listener, adding this button, then add action listener this, and after clicking on these buttons, we are taking some actions. Okay, let me run it first. So we are a very well aware about this particular functionality, right? So up to now, what we are doing, we are just doing all the functionality within this frame itself. Now our job is to open some other frames on the click of these frames. Okay, so it's very easy and not that much difficult. So what we have to do, you have to create a proper home page. The number of option you want to create here, frame 1, frame 2, frame 3, frame 4. As for the option you wanted, you can create that much frames. Okay. After that, you can open that particular frames. So now just consider that we have created one JFrame demo here. Okay. So this is JFrame demo. And now you want to open this JFrame demo on the basis of this button click. So what we will do, we can do very simple things. You have to just call that particular constructor, okay, on this button click event. Or we have just taken action perform. There is a single buttons. Other we have to do the b1 dot get text equal to something all that. So we call this. So what we are doing, we need to just simply call that other frame constructor here, so that after clicking on this buttons, we can able to open that particular frames. Now, if I click on this thing, after on this, see, right? You open this. In the software industry also, there is an always in home screen, and on the basis of home screens, there are multiple options are get open. Okay. So let's complete this only. So let's add 2, 3 buttons and just open the multiple frames over here. So what we'll do, I will just adjust this button. So I'll make it as a 20 and this also. Okay, let's do one thing. I'll keep it as a 200 and I'll keep it as a 20. So this is button ones, right? Let me create two more button here. B1 comma B2 comma B3. Or you can take a B4 as well. So you can open multiple options here. Let me on first frames. I'll open the add functionality. I want to add one more button here. So this is basically B2, 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 sorry, B2, 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 and this is also B2. After clicking on B2 buttons, so first of all, we opening add. Then let me open that J panel demo or stud result you can open. Stud res. But we have to adjust y only. This is 70, so it will make it as a 90. Let me add a button 3 as well. And I'll open here text field txt 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 flb lbl. Okay. Text labeled. If you have to make it as a button 3, it is also 3, it is also 3, it is also 3. Right? So 90 plus 50, 140, 140 plus 20, it will be a 160. And you take it as button 4. This is for J label demo. J B4, 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 sorry, B4, B. This is also the B4. So 160 plus 50, 220, and 220 plus 20, it will be 230. So let's run this frames. Let's check the button is properly adjusted or not. Properly adjusted. This. Even you can take a multiple option. Either you can add horizontal or vertical. Doesn't matter. Okay. For properly looking, what we can do, we can just remove the. We can reduce the height as 400, and we'll increase the width as a 200. Okay. 200. Let's run this. One last one is pending. Button 4 also. Run this. Woo. Why is happening? Because we are giving x as what? 200. So reduce it to the 100. Let's check whether it is looking at proper center or not. Is that okay? Yeah. So make it as a 100, 100. Right? And I will reduce this site as well, make it a 30, 30, 30, 30. This is a X, this is a height and width, right? If I make it as a 300, then how will it look? Let's check. Okay, keep it as a 400 and make it as a 300. Is that fine? So this is all frames now home screens. Basically add result, text label and J labels. Now after clicking on every buttons, I want to open something. See now it every button is opening user registration, user registrations. Okay. But we have to open different frames. So for that we have to distinguish here, okay, like which button we are clicking, right? For that, what is the code we have? We need to write here if e dot get the source, right? Equal to what? B1. If it is a B1, what should I have to open? If it is a B2, and what happened? Okay, okay, let me check. We are comparing a button name, na? B1, B2, B3, the B4. In B1, what we are calling here, the add one. So we have to add here new add that constructors. In the B2, what we have done, stood res. So we can add new addresses. In B3, new, we have txt labels. And in fourth, J option, J panel name, J panel. Okay. So remove this also. So we have this much. Now let me run this file. And on every different button click, we have to open the every different frames. Like if I click on add, ooh, not over. Okay, let me go here. Yeah, it is not working, na click event. It is not comparing actually. Oh. Actually, the problem is we are giving the button name as an add, stood result, text field, and this. Okay, so that's why it's not working. If we check our previous code, where we adding a different buttons, we'll come to know here. We are comparing the button name here. There is no double quotes. Perfect. As Brahmajot is saying that there is no double quotes. And we are adding here a double quotes. Right. So just remove this double quote. Just compare the object. B1 object, B2 object, B3 object, and the B4 object. Right. So let's check run as Java applications. Now let me click on add. See the addition program is get opens. It's work properly. What's it? Student results. It is also work. TXT labels. Okay. And the JPanel option. See, you got it? How to link that things? You have to just create on home frames. We have to differentiate this e dot get so different buttons. And after clicking on that particular button, you have to open that particular frame. Got it? How interesting it is. Even though here also you can add one more buttons and that button should have the home buttons. Okay. Or the back buttons. So that after clicking on that back button, the frame will be get closed and you can directly indirectly come to the home screen. Okay. So this is needed for developing a softwares because we are going to learn few more things, how to adjust proper frames, how to add a background image, and how to open that particular frame within that frame only. So everything we could learn. Once we have controlled on the basic functionality and the UI designs, after that we'll go with the database connections, JDBC kind of things. So that we want to store all this detail to be stored in the database. And I want to make one more frame. Like I will just enter the roll number over there and just hit it. So automatically, you can say that the result will be get fetched. So as I've done for my company, that is for web based, but we have to do in this GUI based. So let's consider that I have done something here. So this kind of application also we are going to do as going further. So we have to develop such a model, but it should be in JWT and Swing, huh? The frame that we are creating like this only. Okay. So like this we have to open and like see. So basically this is what UI base and this thing. But basically you can see the label is there, text field is there, button is there. And after connecting database, we have to just enter the serial number over here and just do the fetch data or verification. See how we are fetching data. In similar manners, we have to perform this kind of data functionality. For that, we need a database connection and all that things. So we are going to learn that properly in slowly manner. Okay. We have to, we are going to develop a softwares. Okay. So and this is a starting for developing a software. Creating empty frame, creating a GUI, adding basic functionality, and now we are trying to connect a multiple frame together. Okay. Once we understood the linking and the basic functionality, and we'll focus more on homepage design and all that things. And after that, we are going to connect our database to these frames. Okay, and then we'll learn a reporting part and all that things. Okay, step by step, we are going to do all the things, but practice this frames and all that things. Okay,